courage and determination they're displaying. And again, I've been watching some of the news this evening with regard to what's happening within Gaza itself. There's some UNICEF have been reporting, particularly with regard to children suffering malnutrition, deaths, shrapnel wounds, and also directly shot by the Israeli drones. And it's just horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. And then on top of that, the reports about the number of miscarriages that are taking place, the number of births that are taking place with dramatically underweight children and who are going straight into ICU, all because of the starvation, the famine that's taking place, the malnutrition that's being caused by the famine. So it highlights it highlights the role of the flotilla, which isn't just about the delivery; it's also exposing why the flotilla is necessary. It shames the world, you know. It shames our country that we haven't opened up and broken the blockade. In other historical examples, we have, and we haven't here. I find it outrageously shaming, to be frank.
John, I mean, your party done something which is welcome in the last 7 days, which is, recognizing a state of Palestine, which makes this all the more extraordinary that you have British nationals being kidnapped while trying to deliver, aid to a country which we're not at war at, which we recognize, Palestine. So that's good. That's positive. It's really important to acknowledge good things. But then I saw an image of Rachel Reeves at Labour Friends of Israel at the Labour conference recently, saying we were friends with Israel in the past, we are in the present, we will in the future. And I asked this to Stephen earlier on. I suppose I'll ask it to you as well. I saw that and it made me think, what conditions have to be met for Labour MPs who are members of LFI or just supporters of Israel? What conditions have to be met for them to say, actually, I don't support you? And I suppose I'd throw that question over to you. What do you think has to happen for somebody like Rachel Reeves or just any Labour MP who's supportive of Israel? What conditions have to be met for that change to happen?
I can't make that judgment. I really can't, because if having seen the pictures we've seen in terms of the suffering that's taking place as a result of the role of Israel and the IDF, if this doesn't motivate people to completely condemn Israel, introduce measures to sanction them, stop the arms sales, I don't know what will anymore. I just do not know what will. It's very easy to get extremely emotional about this because it's so distressing. And some interviews I've done, I've had to stop because I can't cope with it. And I can't understand why don't other MPs, particularly in leading position, feel the same? I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it anymore. Emotional about this. And it's all, I mean, I welcome, like you, I welcome the recognition of Palestine. Of course I did, but that's fine, but actions have to follow, don't they? This week at Labour Party conference, we had the motion up, which was specifically referring to genocide. And what happened there is that, the government inspired another motion that simply talked about the risk of genocide. And I couldn't believe we're still talking in that language when the UN Commission has specifically said genocide is now taking place. And I think part of the reason that the government didn't want to accept that is because they know that legal responsibilities fall upon their shoulders if they acknowledge that there is a genocide. And again, what happened at Labour Party conference, I don't know where you saw it, but in the debate, seven speakers were called to support the government motion and not one from the other side. And in fact, one of the Unite delegates, Pete, who I know quite well, Pete Bond, he got blocked from speaking. So in his form, he did his best, but they just physically stopped him going up to the platform. What he did the next day, he put on his Palestinian shirt and intervened in the debate on dentistry to raise the issue of Palestine, because it's the only way he felt he could have his voice heard. So it's beyond my understanding now why ministers and why the Labour leadership hasn't followed through the issue with regard to recognition with the actions that are needed. I get so angry about this, really. I don't understand why. I really do not understand why Israeli ministers are allowed to come to this country. We had the Israeli president come here. What's going on there? I've been calling for the expulsion of the Israeli ambassador couple of months now because she's an advocate of Greater Israel.